Have you ever been in a traumatic, narcissistic relationship and you're wondering what made you even get there in the first place? Like, why were you attracted to this person? Why couldn't you leave this loop? Welcome to Lumen Lineage. I am so excited because I created a deck with 51 affirmation cards that are going to help you create a new version of yourself. I was with a narcissist for 20 years of my life since childhood. I'm an extremely empathetic, lover girl type of person. Always believed that that person would change, and I needed to recreate and reinvent myself. So after I crawled my way out of darkness, got myself on my hands and knees, bleeding to death, metaphorically, sticks and stones in my knees, didn't know if I was going to make it out alive. I did. And then when I did, I said, wow, why were you in this relationship for so long? Why could you not break this loop? And if you've ever had a trauma bond, you know how hard that is. The Halo method is all about coming back to yourself, empowering yourself, and becoming the best version of yourself. You cannot create the new version of yourself if you're still living in that old loop or that old mindset, like, poor me, I'm a victim, this happened, that. The past does not exist anymore. Your awareness to it is all that matters. Take the lessons, grow from it, and move on. Stop talking about it, stop living in the cycle. Okay, it's okay to acknowledge that it happened, but you don't want to make that your core identity. That's not who you want to be anymore. Okay, we're gonna up our energy. We're gonna affirm. And one of the things that I did when I got out of that relationship was I started studying science, quantum physics, the way the human body works, the way the subconscious mind works. Affirmations are a fabulous way to kind of reclaim and take your power back, take your sovereignty back, and become the person that you deserve to be, because you deserve happiness. You don't want to live in fear. You don't want to be anxious all the time. Trauma and emotions get stored into the body. Meditation, extremely important. Yoga, important. Working out, eating healthy, these are all super important. The American diet is absolute shit. It's terrible for us. Stop eating fast food, number one. Okay, if you do, try to limit your caffeine intake. I'm an iced coffee girl, everything in moderation. But these are ways to kind of work on healing your brain, especially if you've been with a narcissist. It's almost, you have PTSD. It's like war level trauma on the brain. Another thing that's really helpful is there is an app called Vibe Sesh that I've been using. You do have to pay for it if you want to upload your own affirmations. And my affirmations will be available for sale. I'm going to have 51 affirmations to start in the Lumen and Lineage Affirmation Deck. I'm really excited. So I'll be sharing some information about that on my Instagram page. And then I will also have a link that you can copy and paste these affirmations into Vibe Sesh and create your own subliminals. Subliminals are fabulous because you listen to them while you're sleeping and you can have white noise over it. And it's helpful because it's a softer way to get into your subconscious mind. Okay, your subconscious mind is what creates your reality and your perception and your thoughts. And the goal of your mind, obviously, is to keep your body and in survival mode, right? Like, it wants to keep you alive, it wants to keep you healthy, it wants to keep you functioning. But when you've been in certain relationships or have this pattern of thinking that's not necessarily the best, affirmations and subliminals can help you kind of come back to yourself in a gentle way. Now, I will also say, disclaimer, sometimes you might have nightmares because your subconscious mind is like, what are you talking about? Like, no, this is not the pattern. This is not what we're used to. And so I've had nightmares before, and it's important that you kind of write those nightmares down or what's happening, and we can talk about it and see what parts it's triggering of your shadow self. And if that does happen to you, then you can just stop listening or take a break or, listen to your body. One way the body stores emotions and memories is a lot of times if you're not working through certain things, it manifests as disease in the body, right? So we have people that are overweight, that have chronic illnesses, and it stems back to them not being able to work through some of their trauma. So the affirmations is one way to kind of re-empower yourself, give you some hope, and help you get back to being a divine, amazing human being, because this is supposed to be a fun and pleasurable experience. We're supposed to be having fun here. Okay, and everybody goes through things, and it's important to sit with it and learn from it, but it's okay to break out of that too. Looking back, I feel like I was starting to attract people that were like halfway maybes that I felt like I had to heal or had to fix. Okay, I was gravitating towards people like that were telling me they were healed and they were their best selves, and they necessarily weren't 100%. And that made me feel safe because I was like, oh, they're not really going to 100% choose me, and then I don't need to risk losing myself again in somebody, because that's what I did. I didn't know who I was. I was with my partner since I was 14 years old. I mean, I was a baby. So I didn't even know who I was, right? I was always like this one entity instead of even knowing who I was, and I wasn't allowed to be who I wanted to be. So here are some affirmations. Let me know what you think. I do not chase, I attract. What belongs to me finds me effortlessly. Right? What's meant for you, you're not going to have to force. You're going to be your best self, and you're going to just magnetize. Our heart has an electromagnetic field around it. Like, this is scientifically proven. And so you will attract things into your aura that's meant for you. You don't want to repel things. That's why your frequency has to be super high. Okay, you have to change your way of thinking. I'm no longer available for almost maybes, confusion, or potential. I am the prize people rise to meet. I love that one because I feel like you don't want to lower yourself to be where other people are. They meet you where you're at, make your life better, elevate you, make you feel good, or they need to go. I do not shrink to fit into rooms I was meant to outgrow. Be your big self, be authentic. That is what the world needs. The version of me that begged for breadcrumbs no longer exists. You are entitled to consistency, communication, dates, romance, vacations, time together, whatever your heart desires, you are entitled to it. My softness is sacred. Access to it is earned. This was a big problem for me. I feel like I overpour love into people because I feel like I can pick up on people's insecurities or things that are bothering them, and I want to comfort them and soothe them. But I can't keep doing that. And neither can you. Your softness is a privilege. I'm not intimidating. I'm simply unavailable for mediocrity. Okay? Be your big self. You deserve more than just the norm. Every room I enter rearranges itself around my energy. I trust myself more than I trust anyone else's perception of me. This is a big one for me because I would get bullied, career, like just any random things. And I finally started saying no and setting boundaries. And let me tell you, once you do that, you're never going to want to go back because this is your world. Okay? You can still be kind and compassionate and show up for people when they need, but your needs matter too. You cannot abandon yourself for other people. I release the need to convince anybody of my worth. I am the woman or man people regret underestimating. I am no longer choosing potential over reality. My standards are not too high. My self-respect is finally catching up with my heart. The universe removes what I keep trying to settle for. I stop mistaking attention for admiration and chemistry for compatibility. The more I choose myself, the more reality bends in my favor. I no longer fear being alone. That is why I'm powerful. Remember, self-awareness is your superpower. Okay, that's how you can learn and grow and become the best version of yourself. You might need to let go of the old version to become the new version, but that's the whole point of us being here on this fun floating rock, right? We're supposed to learn, grow, change, love along the way, and that starts with loving yourself. Lumen and Lineage is something that I came up with and is so near and dear to my heart because I've lived through this. I have tried doing so many things, journaling, doing acts of self-love, right? Vision boarding, affirmations is one of the things, subliminals, and these are some of the things that have genuinely helped me to kind of reprogram what's going on in my brain, right? And if you know anything from Daddy Joe, you can refire and rewire the neurons in your brain and create a whole new thought pattern process. The Halo method is all about coming home and coming back to yourself. So follow me on Instagram at the Halo method. Check out my YouTube channel. I have lots of stuff here to support you, and I hope you have a great day. Love you.